Work some overtime to get the time right. Had to lose a little mind to get my mind right. Finally realized, but in hindsight, you wanted the limelight. Me priority never once. You kept close but never really wasn't. I accept your lack of focus, agree with all your choices. Needed you to need me, needed you to see me. Until I found the right direction, I think my reflection would agree. Had to find a me in me.
The Short Sport by K. David Jordan.
All right, can you guys hear me now? I think you should hear me now. I don't know what's going on with that. That's like the second time. That's something in my settings I got to change. So y'all mean to tell me I got to go through all that over again? It was such a great opening. It talked about, it was such a great opening. So we talked about a lot that we had going on. Now, first of all, I want to thank you again for joining the show. If you get a chance, make sure that you guys hit the like button. Now, thumbs up if you now can hear me. Thumbs up if you should be able to hear me now. I think you should be. Okay, there we go. Now, thumbs up you. Now, I don't want to start back over because I was in the zone. I said some very profound things that you guys missed in the first couple of minutes of the show. All right, so here we go. It's good to see you guys. Thank you guys so much for letting us know that we have sound now. Thanks, Movie. Thanks, Element Gold. Thanks so much. Seffi. Seffi's new. What's up, Seffi? How you doing? Prodigal. What's going on? Great to see you too, Prodigal. There we go. We got sound. Now, I just want to say, should I go back over the whole monologue that I just did to open the monologue? It was very good. I thought it was very good. It was very excellent, okay? And I'm not going to do it all over again. But I would say this. I'm just getting over COVID. I feel so much better. And I'm going to try to get on 3 more times today. So I need you guys to hit me up on X, formerly known as Twitter. And I need y'all to, because y'all stay on me on Twitter on X saying, hey, you going live? You going live? What's up, Katie? You ain't been live. You need to go live. You know what I'm saying? Hey, on Twitter today, I need you guys on X today to hit me up and say, Katie, you said you're going live 2 more times. You're going live 3 times today. You said 2 more times. Now, the second one, we're going to talk about Angel Reese and her big night last night, but how that actually solidified CaitlinClark being the Rookie of the Year in the WNBA. And then the last one is going to be about Angel Reese and CaitlinClark again, but this is something that Charlamagne the God said on his show, The Breakfast Club, and how that was just trash. That was just crazy. It's crazy. All right, so we want to come on 2 more times today. We might talk a little football too, but we're gonna come on 2 more times. I said 2 more. I said 2 more times. We're gonna come on 2 or 3 more times today. So I need y'all to stay on me on Twitter or X. Yeah, I need y'all to stay on me and say, Katie, stay live. Come, you're supposed to be going live 2 more times today. All right, stay on me to do it. If you guys could continue to push me by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe, we definitely gonna come on. I'm not gonna come on as much as Mitch. Now, Mitch come on about 30 times a day. I'm not trying to do that. I just try to do about 3 or 4 to kind of get the algorithm in my favor. And, that helps when you hit the like button and you hit the subscribe button. And I feel like we should be at it too. We're going all our way to 2,000. And, the pace is going great. I felt like we should already have 2,000, but that's partly because of me not being consistent and doing it. So I'm over COVID now. All the health stuff is over. Now it's time to be consistent. And we're going to go ahead and get into what's going on. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's go ahead and get into it. Last night in Indiana, the Fisa Collier scored 9 of her 26 points in the third quarter. Bridget Carrington made 3 3-pointers in the final 4 minutes of the Minnesota Lynx, and they overcame a 25-point night by CaitlinClark to snap Indiana's 5-game winning streak, 99-88, with the win over the Fever last night. Now, when we break down this game, we're going to see it, and we're going to try to be as positive but as real and as honest as we can in the breakdown of this, man. And how this game played last night. Now, this is a huge game because this is a potential playoff matchup. And with this being a potential playoff matchup, it was really a great way for the Fever, who's been on fire, to actually see how, to actually see now how they stack up against one of the top teams. Now, they got the Aces coming up twice. Then the rest of the season is kind of chill. But this is a great measuring stick to see how they stack up. Great measuring stick. And the thing is, when you look at the 2 teams, you look at the Fever, you look at the Lynx, the good thing off the very rip that you can say is, the great thing is you say, they're very well matched, right? And a lot of times when we watch boxing and you got a slugger, styles make fights. And even though the Lynx have won the series, all the games have been pretty close and it's been really, really good games. Really good games. Well, what we have to understand is styles makes fights, right? And in the Lynx situation and the Fever is a clash of styles. It's a clash of styles. Because you have the Lynx that want to kind of slow the game down, play half court, And you got the Fever. That's when they're at their best, being methodical, being very consistent, not turning over the ball, running a great offense, running great plays and movement. That's what the Lynx want to do. The Fever, we want to get out. We want to run. We want to play with pace. That's what we want to do. And anytime either team gets the advantage of playing the style that they want us to play, that team starts to win the game. Anytime any team is able to force their style of play on the other team, guess what? That team gains the advantage. And when we see what happened last night, we saw a Fever team that for the first quarter and a half of another quarter, really, really put their stamp on the game. They really pushed the issue and the tempo to play the way they wanted to play. But when you got to the end of the first half and the third quarter, and really part of the fourth quarter too, Minnesota was able to switch that up, and they were able to put their stamp on the game. And the question that we have as Fevers fans, the question that we have, those who are CaitlinClark fans, the question that we have is, why the up and down, of the team? Why is there no consistency in how we're playing these games? It seems like even in the games that we win, even the games that we come out victorious, there's always seems to be a lull. And we know that the WNBA is a lot like the NBA, where it's a game of runs. We understand that. But we're trying to figure out, okay, why does this seem to happen to the Fever more than a lot of other teams? Or more than any of the good teams, the top teams in the WNBA? Why does this happen to the Fever more than it happens to the top teams? And we're going to answer that question for you right now. And the reason is, we're a young team all the way around. Well, Keith, that's not an excuse. Yes, it is. It's an excuse. We don't have any experience on the floor with the players, and we don't have an experience, unfortunately, with the coaching staff. That's really what it is. We don't have experience on the floor with the players, and we don't have experience with the coaching staff. And when you're playing an experienced team that's also good and you're evenly matched, a lot of times that experience trumps youth and enthusiasm. Okay? And that's what happened last night. That's what it seems happened last night. The youth and enthusiasm got trumped by all experience. And that's from the coaching staff all the way down to the players. All the way down to the players. And it also shows that this team, the Indiana Fever, can't compete for a championship. Definitely can't compete for a championship easily. But I don't know if they have enough to compete for a championship. So from the top to the bottom, if we look at our team, like if we look at how the team is currently constructed, there is a problem. And we've been calling out this problem for a minute. But there is a problem at the forward position. There's a depth problem, and there is a legitimate problem at the forward position. At the forwards. And what that problem details is this. I'm not sure if our coaching staff, namely Christy Sides, is intelligent enough to, and I won't say intelligent enough, that's a word, has the experience, okay? We'll go with that. Let's be like, I don't know if she has the experience to overcome that issue. And that's what we have to worry about for the remainder of the year and the playoffs. We have forward issues. And what we don't have is when you get past Lexi Hall at the forward, we don't have a lot of depth at the 3 or 4. And I know you say, Kid, we got Tammy. We got Duntas. Right? Tammy and Duntas can really play the 5. Well, I'd rather them play the 5. They can play the 4, but I'd rather them play the 5 and move Aaliyah up to the 4. But and then you have Lexi. But this is the issue. When Lexi gets in trouble, we're in trouble. And as much as I love, and listen, man, I really even hate to say anything negative about her because I love her. As much as I love Katie Lou, she's become almost as bad as Christy Wallace when she gets on the floor. Almost as bad. Almost as bad as Christy Wallace. And the issue was this, and I'm just going to be honest with you. If you break it down by quarter, the Indiana Fever, we had a 27-19 lead in the end of the first quarter. 27-19. And to be honest with you, that first quarter, if you watch the box score, the first quarter, that first quarter wasn't a huge quarter for Caitlin or a huge quarter. Well, it was decent. That first quarter was a decent quarter, but what we did was we spread the ball around. We minimized the shots that Alyssa Smith got, right? And we ran through our big 3. And this when I started to talk about having a lack of an experience by Christy's size is like understanding who your big players are and what you're getting to and running those plays for them. In the first quarter, Alyssa Smith got 1 shot. Alyssa Smith got 1 shot. She was 0 for 1. But she was a +9, right? Katie Lou got 2 shots. She was 1 for 2. Aaliyah Boston got 4 shots. Love to see it. Kelsey Mitchell got 8 shots. Love to see it. CaitlinClark got 6 shots. Love to see it. That's about where you want it to be. You want to not have any plays. And we got to do, I'm sorry. We've given Alyssa Smith a long time to get right, and I think she works hard, and I think she's eventually going to get there. But the issue is with Alyssa Smith is this. You don't run any plays for her. Don't run it. I don't want to see Alyssa Smith posting up. In the first quarter, we got out to 11-point lead, and largely because we used Alyssa Smith. Hey man, play defense the best that you can, and we're gonna run the offense between Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and CaitlinClark. Those the 3. If we catch Lexi Hall on the side for an open 3, we got her. She did a nice little pump fade and a nice little jumper on that side too. The more Lexi Hall grows as a player, man, it's gonna be really, really fun to watch. Really fun to watch. But you only gave Alyssa Smith 1 shot. Now let's go to the second quarter. Let's break it down by quarters because that's what we had to do. We had to break it down by quarters. And let me show y'all what I'm looking at. Here we go. So let's go to the second quarter. If you go to the second quarter here, Lexi Hall got no shots. Alyssa Smith got 4 shots. The same number as Aaliyah Boston got 4 shots. Kelsey Mitchell got 1 shot. And CaitlinClark got 6 shots. Now, this is when things start to go crazy. Because then you go out, you see Erica Wheeler got 2 shots. But Kelsey Mitchell got 1 shot. That can't happen. That can't happen. Now, mind you, at this point here, Alyssa Smith is 1 for 5. Right? Alyssa Smith goes 1 for 5. At this point, she's 1 for 5 at the second quarter. They say she's a +1, but she's 1 for 5. And you're running plays for her. I have no idea why. You got Kelsey Mitchell on the floor for 8 minutes. Look at this now. I want you guys to check this out. You have Kelsey Mitchell on the floor for 8 minutes. Make it big so we can show it. Back it up just a little bit. There we go. You got Kelsey Mitchell on the floor for 8 minutes, and she gets 1 shot. That can't happen. That's coaching. That's bad coaching. That's horrible coaching. You get Duntas on the floor for 3 minutes, no shots. Lexi Hall, no shots. But some kind of way you give Alyssa Smith 4 shots and Kelsey Mitchell 1 shot. You got to stop that. That's ridiculous. And Nelissa Smith played more minutes than Kelsey Mitchell. King, why are you bringing it up? We still went into halftime up by 5, but we were up by 11. The end of the half is what really changed the game for the Innovative Fever. The end of that first half, when they only went up by 5 instead of going in double digits, when the Lynx went on a 5-0 run, it's largely because of what? What was different between the first quarter and the second quarter? Let's go back to the first quarter. I'll show you guys again. First quarter, Nelissa Smith. So you got Nelissa Smith playing 14 minutes in the first half. Crazy. That's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. How much did she play the whole game? 23 minutes. But so you only get 8 minutes in the second half. But you got to play. Come on now. Do the minutes. Do the math. 6 minutes, 8 minutes. Come on. You got to play 15 minutes in the first half. That's ridiculous. You didn't get Dantas in the game. You didn't get Tammy Fembele in the game. Christy Size, what were you thinking last night? Were you not trying to show your hand? I don't know if she was not trying to show her hand and holding it for the playoffs. Which, there are some strategies where there are some coaches that do that. But in the first half, when you have these guys playing such last minutes and you're losing, you start losing. And what's this thing too? Where we call a timeout and leave the same group in. And you look at it there like, well, you might need to make a change. You might need to make a change, Christy Size. You might need to make a change. Now, that happens. We go in. We're up 5 at halftime. Let's go in the third quarter. Now, this is the quarter that went crazy for us and really, really, really probably lost this game for us. We go to the third quarter, and look at this. Alyssa Smith plays 6 minutes of the third quarter. Leslie Earl plays 10. Aaliyah Boston plays 10. Kelsey Mitchell plays 10. CaitlinClark plays 8, which Caitlin should have got benched. We're going to talk about that too. Caitlin definitely should have got benched. Tammy Fembele only plays 3, 5, and 1 and 5, right? Now, I did too. Hold on. We got to talk about one of the players that got playing time in the second quarter that got a lot of playing time also. Let's look at this. Erica Wheeler got 4 minutes. And that 4 minutes that Erica Wheeler got in the second quarter, she got more shots than Kelsey Mitchell. Right? And this is when they had to sit Caitlin down. And so Caitlin had to be sitting down a couple times. Let's put the camera back on. Let's talk about Caitlin real quick. No, we'll talk about Caitlin once we finish. Go back to the screen. Third quarter is where things really, really went bad. Really, really, really bad. Let's look at these. Excuse me. Let's look at these on here. Lexi Holt, 0 for 1. Nelissa Smith, 0 for 2. There we go. Nelissa Smith got 2 more shots, and she's what? By now, she's missed in 3 quarters. She was 0 for 1, 1 for 4, so that's 1 for 5, and 0 for 2. So she's 1-7 and 3. She's 1 for 7 in 3 quarters with a minus 11. One for 7, 3 quarters with a minus 11. And she's still in the game. And she gets 6 minutes of the third quarter. And by the time we get out of the third quarter, it's a wrap. Third quarter, 29-12. 29-12. Now, mind you, they start coming back. We lost the second quarter after we had a fantastic first quarter. Lost the second quarter. Points. Then they come back there and we lose the third quarter. 1-4. I wonder what happened in the fourth, how we came back and won the fourth. 1-4. But we lost the second and third quarter. So the second and third quarter is where we lost the game. And we have to ask ourselves, well, what happened in the second, third quarter? Why do so many of CaitlinClark fans, the Indiana fans, why do we give such a hard time to the coach of the month, Christy Size? Why do we give her such a hard time? Because Christy Size continuously preaches inside out. It doesn't matter if they're hitting their shots or they're not hitting their shots. She's continuously preaching, get the ball on the inside. And we continuously say, Christy Size, the inside at times is your weakest links. Because if you go back in the third quarter, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and CaitlinClark all went 1 for 4. All of them went 1 for 4. But the thing was, the 1 for 4s that Caitlin and Kelsey hit are 3-pointers. Caitlin and Kelsey also got to the free throw line and got you 2 free throws for the free throw line. So even though they went 1 for 4, they still came back and accounted each of them for 5 points. For 5 points. Each of them accounted for 5 points. Aaliyah accounted for 2. Why are you telling me this, King? I'm telling you to say, hey, even when those guys aren't shooting, they understand how to get to the line. Even when their shot isn't falling and they're having a bad quarter, you still feed them the ball and you run plays for them because chances are if they can't get their shot or they're not getting a good shot, they understand the shot not falling. They know how to get to the line and get your free throws and get your easy buckets to stop runs. But when you got the Alyssa Swift that's 0 for 2 and she's not getting to the free throw line, or Leo Boston is 1 for 4 and she's not getting to the free throw line, it's a problem. Now, did the referees, what the referees trash as usual? Come on, man. We talk about the WNBA. We know the referees trash. Did they get it in the calls that they should have got? No. It was a couple of fouls that Caitlin should have got on the one when she went to the right. She definitely got fouled on that. There's another one I felt like Kelsey Mitchell should have got fouled. They didn't call. At the end of the day, the refs have shown all year that they're not going to call the calls for the fever. They're not going to call the calls. With that being said, though, I think a coach has to get control of her team and tell them to stop fussing with the referees. CaitlinClark last night looked like LeBron James. And let's be honest. Y'all know I love Psycho Caitlin. That's my girl. I like Psycho Caitlin. But I think still, though, you got to, Caitlin, come on. The clapping at the refs, they could have teed Caitlin about 2 times last night. I would have threw a technical at Caitlin. They were really, really patient with Caitlin last night. Caitlin was pushing the envelope a lot last night. We got to be honest. We got to call a spade, as Ben would say. But Caitlin was pushing the envelope against the refs very much. And that clapping while you walk along, it shows them up. And people, remember this. I always tell people, remember this. People have feelings. And people have feelings. And if they feel like you're showing them up consistently, which I'm with Caitlin, she should have showed them up because they were calling the game horribly. But you got to have wisdom in how you do it. I'm not even against you fussing. But there's a couple of times Caitlin should have got a T. The clapping when they finally got a call, telling the fans to clap, that should have been technical. And all the fussing and fighting Caitlin was doing, Aaliyah was doing, all the griping that the team was doing, it takes a coach to come in the huddle and say, hey, shut your mouth and ball. We talk about parenting, and they say parenting, you can't be your child's friend all the time. Sometimes you got to discipline. Chrissy Side should have went in the huddle and said, shut your mouth and ball. I am not mad that she set Caitlin down. Caitlin needed to be set down because she was going to get that technical. And she only got 2 more that she suspended for a game. And right now, we're too close to the playoffs for Caitlin to get suspended for a game. Same thing with Aaliyah Boston. The coach has to pull him the coach has to pull him in and say, hey, man, shut your mouth and ball. Stop crying, ball. Y'all remember when Caitlin was at Iowa and her dad had to get on to her and tell her to shut up and play ball? That's what a real coach does. Listen, I wish if you was on Minnesota, Reeves would have been set them down and told him, hey, man, you going to keep crying or you going to play basketball? And I don't like Reeves a little bit. Reeves reminds me of she runs the Donald Trump. You might not like him, but they are really effective at their jobs. You might have some more issues. They're gonna tell you exactly how they feel. They ain't gonna like, check a jive with you. Like when it come down to it, they're gonna tell you exactly how you feel. If you piss about, they're gonna say, I'm upset. They might not like them, but they probably gonna get the job done. Probably gonna be effective in how they get the job done. Right? And this is how it is. And that's why it's kind of like the election. You got a Kamala Harris, which is Christy Sides, is kind of a people person. Oh, let's hope and love and we're together. And then you got Reeves is like, hey man, shut up. Let's do your job. Get your money. Let's go. Let's try. That's how it looked last night. Indiana needed discipline. King is going at defeat. Yes, that's my favorite team. CaitlinClark is my favorite player. I love her to death. If you come against, I'm coming for your neck. All that. But at the same time, let's keep it real. They needed discipline last night. And that's what got them beat. If we really call the word that got them beat last night was a lack of discipline. How you say that, King? How many times did Minnesota Lynx run a high-low and get layups, wide open layups? That's discipline. I know a Kamala Harris reference. This is like the first one of the show. So yeah, give me that one. That's discipline. What's up, Dave? That's a lack of discipline. All right? That's a lack of discipline. The borders are open. Lay up at the middle. That's a lack of discipline. That's a lack of discipline. Not getting off screens, not rotating, and leaving wide. How many threes did Smith and Carrington have to hit last night? They was wide open and somebody was running, trying to fail them at the. That's a lack of discipline. And that starts at the top. And the truth, Caitlin told the truth. Caitlin said, I'm pretty good on on-ball, but off-ball defense, I'm not that good. And the real start, that's why Lexi Hall is so valuable to having her in the lineup. That's why Tammy Faye is so valuable having Tammy Faye in the lineup. Even Duntas. That's why it's so valuable having Duntas in the lineup, right? Duntas not as much as athletically, but IQ-wise, Duntas know how to make the right play and what to do when it's done. You got to have smart IQ players when you're playing with CaitlinClark. Because how she's seeing the court, she's seeing the plays before they happen. So you got to be able to see the plays or either have quick reaction. Lexi Hall happens to be both. She's intelligent and she's the quick reactor. Tammy Faye is athletic and she's a quick reactor. You got to be smart. So tell me why. I mean, just give me a honest answer. If you're a coach, why would you have Alyssa Smith, who's one of the poorest defenders on the court, with Erica Willer? What sense does that make? You're not going to get offense, you're not going to get defense. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense. You have no defense and you have no offense. Nafisa Collier goes up and goes off for what? Hits a three that gets a shot. Why? At this point, you got to put Alyssa Smith back in the doghouse like you had at the beginning of the season. Because Alyssa Smith was not getting playing time at the beginning of the season. You forget you have Dantas. This is the things that we look at and we say, okay, this is Indiana, without a doubt, is the most exciting team in the W. It's not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close. But this is my thing, guy. If their defense, Fever don't seem to care about defense, but this is the thing, guy. If you're gonna be an offensive team, right? if you're gonna be that team where we're gonna outscore you, you gotta play with pace. You gotta play 7-second basketball. If you agree with what I'm saying, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, subscribe button. You gotta play with pace. Either we're gonna outscore you, or we're gonna play hard defense and stop you, or we can do both. Or we can do both. It makes no sense in the second quarter. You went with Lexi Hall. You went with Tabby Finbele. You went with Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and CaitlinClark, and you were up by, 12, 11 points. We didn't see that rotation again till the game was over. That's bad coaching. This is a playoff preview. You come back and get the score down by 1. Caitlin makes a horrific turnover. Horrific. No, it wasn't bad. I know what she was trying to. Yeah, that was bad. It was a bad turnover. She probably should have pulled that back. Got a playoff. Probably should have pulled that back and got a playoff. After the turnover, you come back with the Elizabeth Smith, and we all are sitting there like, why? What has she done to earn these minutes in the end of the game? At this moment, right now, she is 1 for 7. And it's not like she's Angel recent rebounds, again, 15, 16 rebounds. She gave us 7 rebounds. Oh, man, we got a super chat. Zane, thank you, Zane. Yeah, give me that horn. Yeah, man, we got a super chat in the building. We got a horn. I can't hear. There we go. Super chat in the building from my man Zane. Thank you, Zane. Thank you, Zane. Zane said, play with pace. Say it again, King. We got to play with Zane. They don't know we got to play with pace. We got to play with pace. Thank you, Zane, for the super chat. All super chats get read. All super chats get read live on the air. No matter what you say, we're going to read it. We're going to read it. We're going to read it. We're going to abbreviate whatever you say. We're going to read it. But we're trying to understand, and I think that's the thing that we're trying to do. We're trying to understand, all right, what was the game plan? Thanks again, Zane, for the super chat. I appreciate that so much. It means a lot. We're trying to understand, all right, what is the game plan? What is the game plan? You played Dante 7 minutes last night. And the way you guys was getting fried on the way the Elizabeth Smith was getting fried out there. I'm gonna be honest, y'all gonna think I'm crazy when it says I would rather you play Christy Wallace out there. Cause at least I know Christy Wallace is gonna try to get to her man. Oh, we think our camera went out. Camera went out. I promise they don't want me. Hey, they don't want me to go. I promise they don't want me to go. What's late tonight? That's crazy. At the end of the day, Christy sides and what's going on with Christy sides and everything that's happening, that's all their fault. Go back to the other screen and we'll get the camera fixed. That's all on them. We can't force what happened with Christy Sides. It's almost as if she's regressed the last 2 games. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. The last 2 games, it's almost as if Christy Sides has regressed after winning the Coach of the Year. Just so happened we won one. We played a poor LA team, and we won. Who is definitely tanking. Does LA have a shot to get Paige? They try to get Paige buckets? Do they have a shot to get Paige buckets? They may have a shot to get Paige buckets. You know, they may actually have a shot to get Paige Buckets. We'll see. But when you see everything that's going on and you see how everything is affecting everyone, and you can understand how this is going down and why this is going down and why this is happening. Why is this happening? And we're saying, hey, no discipline from the coaching staff first, then there's no discipline from the players. No discipline for the coaching staff first. Foremost, no discipline for the coaching staff. Then you have no discipline for the players. Because when you look at these numbers, one for 7 in 23 minutes. That's horrific. The 4 problem, and it's the issue. Katie Lou played 9 minutes, 1 for 2. I think she hit a 3. Did she? Did she hit a 3? Yeah, she hit a 3. 1 for 2, 1 for 3, and she hit a 3. But from your forward position, you went, if you go Katie Lou, Tammy Finbele, and Alyssa Smith, man, you what? You was Angel Reese numbers. 3 for 13? 3 for 13. And I understand Tammy Finbele has not been the same since her hand injury. We know that. We know the hand injury has Tammy Finbele out here playing crazy. We understand that. We get that. So we're not going at Tammy Finbele like that because we just glad she's on the court and what she brings to us defensively is what we really looking for when we talk about Tammy Finbele. And that's what the issue is. That's why we're sitting here and we're saying, okay. We said, okay, this is what we have to do. This is how we have to play. This is how we have to interact. This is how we have to get the things done. And we do understand that. You just have to play better. You have to coach better. And you have to play with pace. This team is best when we play with pace. We're not as good when we don't play with pace. We're not as good when we don't play with pace. But we're best when we play with pace. And that's just how it is. Like it or dislike it, we better when we play with pace. And now we're sitting here and we're looking at these games and we're looking at each other and we're saying, okay, we missed a golden opportunity to send a message to the Lynx that if we see you on the playoffs, it's going to be on and popping. When we see y'all, we going to come for you. But am I down? Oh, heck no. Am I out? Oh, no. How did Reese get it? Hey, 3 for 13. Who that sound like? Guy? Who that sound like? 3 for 13? Who that sound like? That ain't Caitlin. That ain't Kelsey. All the people shooting that is Delissa and Angel. You know what I'm saying? Those are all the people I know that get them numbers. those are the 2 people I know get those numbers. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're talking about when we're talking about the Indiana Fever. The Indiana Fever has to come out, and they have to play with pace. And when we're up at the end of 3, we were up at the end of 3. Think about that. We were up at the end of 3. 74-62. I mean, we were down at the end of 3 when we was up at halftime. A total change. Down at the end of 3. A total change. A total flip. Why? Because we wasn't playing the way we should. Because we had lineups on the floor that we were like, listen, man. Listen. Last night should show a lot of people this. This is why CaitlinClark is an MVP candidate. This is why CaitlinClark is definitely, let's go with the 3. This is why CaitlinClark is definitely an MVP candidate. Y'all want to know why? Because the point in which CaitlinClark went out the game, right? We really went. When Caitlin went out the game, guess what? It was over. It really was. When CaitlinClark went out the game, and Erica Willer had to come. Did y'all see how discombobulated our offense was when that happened? Did y'all get a chance to see how crazy our offense was when Caitlin went out the game and Erica Willer had to run the offense? How discombobulated we went. How instantly the Mystics started smiling. The Mystics were smiling when Caitlin went out the game. They started smiling. And what happened? Caitlin went out the game. The times that she went out, those players legitimately looked and said, uh-oh, this last year's team. It's the last year's squad. That's what they start saying. They legitimately start saying, uh-oh, this last year's squad. This last year's team. Oh, they can't beat us. This last year's team. And that's the crazy thing, that when your best player goes out the game, your point guard goes out the game, the whole team was discombobulated. They had like they couldn't get the ball to Kelsey Mitchell. They had like they couldn't get the ball down low. And the only thing they could run was Erica Willer. And they was literally looking at Ella. What time Erica Willer looked like this? Like, I ain't. Right? And it was like Christian Side said that she needed to see Caitlin down because Caitlin was getting very, very frustrated. But it was almost like, yo, they had no continuity as an offense once CaitlinClark went to the bench. 0%. No identity. This is why we always claim that CaitlinClark is the MVP of the league. This is why we say without a doubt that CaitlinClark is the Rookie of the Year. This is why I say it. We've seen this before. We've seen this before. And that goes back to coaching. Because guess what? It didn't matter if Nalissa it didn't matter if Nafisa Collier was on the in the game or if they had someone else in the game. When the second team came in, that team still ran their offense the same way. The same way. When the backup point guard came in for the Lynx, the offense didn't not click. They kept running the offense the same way. And what it shows is how dynamic of a talent CaitlinClark is. Because Erica Willer at this age cannot run that offense like that. She can't do it at this age. And it's not a bad thing. It's not even a diss. It's not a diss, guys. Not a diss. It just shows what we have with this young lady right here. It just shows what we have. If you don't get your hand down, man down. Guess what? We instantly start coming back. All right? But this is something Chrissy Sides is going to have to do, and I don't know if she has. And I was like, yo, somebody said give Grace Berger a shot. Couldn't hurt. Just see if she runs the offense kind of similar to Caitlin. So if you go to the bench, you got somebody where the offense doesn't stop. Right? The offense still runs. The backup to Caitlin, yeah, she hit 2 threes last night. It's cool. Great job. 6 points. Cool. But we went from up 11 to only up 5 when you was in the game. The offense looked horrific. Y'all didn't get Kelsey Mitchell the ball. That makes no sense. The number one, once again, this is coaching. This is coaching, guys. All right, put it. I want you guys to put in the chat. Okay, what's the options for Indiana? Put in the chat. What are the offensive options for Indiana? And I'll give you a couple of seconds because I know it's a little delay. It's a take delay. But let me know who's really, if you're running the offense for Indiana, put in the order what your options are. Who are you going to? What plays are you running? Who you're running plays for in Indiana? How does it go? How does it go? Because I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds. Who should be the first option of Indiana's offense? Who should be the second option of Indiana's offense? Who should be the third option? Who shouldn't be an option? Right? Because my thought process is a little bit like Zane's. My thought process is a little bit like, okay, the first option is going to be CaitlinClark. She's going to have the ball in her hand first. After CaitlinClark, I just want her to have the ball in her hand because she's going to make the right decision. After CaitlinClark, I'm running plays for Kelsey Mitchell. A lethal three-point shooter that's fast off the first step off the dribble, that can get to the hole, get to the cup, and a great free throw shooter. She can take you off the dribble. She can come off the screen. She can get to the rim. That's going to be my second option. Third option, Aaliyah Boston. 6'5", I just found that out the other day. 6'5", 200 pounds. Really good moves down, really good feet down low. Hands could be a little bit softer, but really good feet down low. That's going to be my third option. Fourth option. You know who my fourth option is probably going to be? Probably going to be Lexi Hall. She's shooting 68% from three-pointer right now. I know she's back up to 70 after last night. That's probably going to be my third option. That's just me just being an outside. I'm not the coach. I tell you what, man, that COVID got me looking sexy. Oh, your boy get back right. We in that jail, baby. We get back right. All right, but listen, the TV station starting to call. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta make sure we start to get it back locked in. But that's just. And guess what? If Caitlin is out the game, if Kelsey is out the game, right? Or Leah's out the game, and I have my second unit in. And I run my second unit. I'm probably gonna run. If Aaliyah's not in the game, Kelsey's not in the game, Caitlin's not in the game, I'm probably running my offense probably through Dantes or Tammy Finbele. Maybe then I might think about running some plays for Nalissa Smith. She's still not my first option. But I never forget Chrissy Sides at the beginning of the year said that we are best team when we got Nalissa Smith. We get the ball down to Nalissa and Aaliyah. Now I looked at Chrissy Sides like, Chrissy Sides, what drugs are you smoking? Like, you are on something. They did the drug test you like they did Erica Willer. Y'all know Erica Willer got drug tested like 3 times. And like Erica dancing, hey! Hey, you know what? She's on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Go drug test. You know what I'm saying? Tell Christian Sides, if you run a play for Nalissa Smith, my question is, what drugs are you getting from Erica Willer? You know what I'm saying? What drugs are you getting from Erica Willer? You know? Could you tweak it? We all know that you don't do that. Nalissa Smith is like Angel Reese. I tell you all the time. They're the same. You only run plays, necessity. If it's a mismatch, if it's not a mismatch, guess what? You don't run in plays for them. You let them get them off the glass. Oh, without a doubt. These guys can't straight ball. You call it a spade. At the end of the day, they can't create their own shots. I do think let me say this. In all fairness, I do think that Nalissa Smith can create her own shot. But Alyssa Smith wants to be a perimeter player. She wants to be a perimeter player. She wants to play 12 feet away from the basket, 14 so she can show her dribble skills. She wants to play. She wants to be able to do the floaters. She wants to be able to hit her fade. Turn around, one shot. I don't know what that is. That's what she wants to do. She wants to be a perimeter player. She wants to be able to take you off the dribble. And it's just like it's not consistent yet. It's gonna get there. She keep practicing. It's gonna get there. Cause I seen her practice routine. Like last week, I was able to see her practice routine, and I saw how hard she practiced. I was like, "Yo, she's gonna get there." And practice she's hitting those shots, right? It's just in the game. Game is a little faster, right? You got somebody actually coming at you full speed, so the game's a little faster. So she's not. It's not game ready yet. It's not game ready. Same thing with Angel Reese. You see Angel Reese at practice. She's hitting those shots. But it's not at a game speed. Once you get where you're comfortable and consistently can hit those shots at game speed, then yeah, now you're doing it. But you got to keep getting those repetitions in to get there. And that's the issue with Alyssa Smith is she wants to be a perimeter player, and she wants to play the perimeter, and that's not what we need right now. Only big body we got down low is Aaliyah Boston. So we need somebody to go down there and bang. Excuse me. We need somebody to go down there and get rebounds. We need a consistent post presence. And really, do we really? I want Caitlin and Kelsey shooting the ball about 40 times a game. Is that unreasonable? Y'all think I'm being unreasonable with that? I want them both to get anywhere from 16 to 20 shots. I want both of them to get 16 to 20 shots a game. If they shoot 40 to 50%, you know what I'm saying, then if they get 8 from 16, like Caitlin had the game before last, very, very efficient. Kelsey Mitchell gets 8 for 17, 9 for 10, 9 for 20, 10 for 20. I'm happy with that. I want them to get 20 shots a game. At least. I ain't mad if you got to get more. Both of them together should never get less than 30 shots a game. 30 shots a game. And Zane, what that shows, what you said, Zane, with Lexi Hall getting more rebounds than Smith and Boston, that's just simply off effort. That's Lexi Hall sprinting in from the side and getting the ball. That's effort. That's strictly off effort. Nothing more, nothing less. She just has more effort. She's putting her head down, effort, and saying, I want the ball more than you do. That's why Lexi Hall's on the floor. That's why Lexi Hall. Plus, she shoots 70% from three. Like, she got some bad calls last night. That block was beautiful. They called a foul. That block was beautiful. He said, they shot 40 times. Oh, I wanted to shoot 40 times. I thought they should have shot more. Lynx Smith got 7 shots. I think that's hilarious. 4 of those should be with the Kelsey and the Caitlin. Oh, that's what we want. We want them to shoot 40 times. We have the best, listen, we have possibly the best backcourt, no. Without a doubt, we have the best scoring backcourt in the WNBA. Period. We had the best 1-2 scoring backcourt in the WNBA. We might have the best scoring combo, period, in the WNBA. Maybe Sabrina and Stewie. That's about it. It's a short list. But when you talk about 1-2 guard punch, we have the best 1-2 guard punch in the WNBA. That's crazy. You cannot take CaitlinClark out the game, and your number one offensive player doesn't touch the ball, gets 1 shot. That's ridiculous. That's just bad coaching. That's bad coaching. Unless somebody else is on fire, That's bad culture. Fever loses this game, big game, and it was good. Man, it was a very great game, very very good game. I loved the game. I thought it was dope. I thought both sides played hard and well. I'm disappointed in how the Fever looked. I thought we got too wrapped up a little bit into the officials last night. A little bit too much of yapping and going back. I understand, get your case and point, but keep your character. Keep your character. Keep balling. Run out. Say what you're gonna say. Keep your edge, but don't go over the edge. Don't go over the edge. Don't go over the edge. Keep running your offense. Keep trusting each other. Keep moving the ball. And trust me, it's not very many teams. Listen, it's not very many teams as good as Minnesota. I think it's only one other that's as good as Minnesota. That's the Lynx. Everybody keep talking about the Aces. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see. Don't we play the Aces tomorrow? Not mistaken. I think we play the Aces coming up. A Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, we play the Dream tomorrow. We play Atlanta Dream in Indiana tomorrow. That should be a good game. And then we play the Aces on Wednesday. So we'll see Wednesday, September 11th. We'll see. September 11th. I think this is a big game. I think we come at Sunday, and my hopes is we learn something. Sometimes you need a loss to kind of get your mind back right. And I'm not mad at the loss. I'm not thinking this is the end of the world. I think it's kind of a wake up call to say, hey, we still got ways to go. We got to get better. You got all these awards, Coach of the Month, Player of the Month, top team. All the media is going crazy. You know what I'm saying? All this is happening. What's up, Steven? How you doing, sir? The moderator in the building. Guess what, Steven? He got COVID. I gave it to her. And I gave everybody in the house COVID. Everybody in the house has COVID. I'm the only, now I'm the one that's healthy. I'm COVID free. Everybody else got it. I'm like, you softies, how'd you get it? Look at you. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. But that was funny. No, I done gave everybody in the house got COVID. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the whole entire house. I'm the only one now. I'm over it. I'm back able to get into the wild. Them jokers just like getting over. John is getting over it now. Ella she tested positive last night. I'm like, God almighty. We knew what it was. She was just trying to hold on. So hopefully she'll be off of it probably sometime next week. Everybody should be back to 110%. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, I gotta go make sure she all right. Go take her some fruit and some water. Make sure she good. Make sure the queen is good. But listen, man, yesterday was crazy. I thought it was a great game. I hope we come back out. I hope we learn from it. I think we learn from it. I hope Christy Sides learn from it. I hope she learned from it. You can't regress. You can't regress. And the end out is good, but you can't regress. You know what I'm saying? Then we got another super chat. My man Zane came through. Oh, Zane. Oh, thank you. Thanks again, Zane. Zane says, we've seen the problem coming against the Sparks with size and wanting to play inside out. She keeps doing that, and it pisses me off. Oh, I be ticked off when she does that. Like, Christy, come on. Come on. Stop with that. Zane, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. But Zane, you're so right. She keeps doing that. And I'm like, why, Christy? Why? Let's go inside. You're not an inside-out team. You don't have Camila Cardoso. You don't have Asia Wilson down there. You don't have Stewie. Right? And Stewie doesn't even play inside-out. She plays outside in. She plays more perimeter. You don't have that. You have Aaliyah Boston. And Aaliyah Boston is going to give you 2 games of 20, but we know the next 5 games she might only score 15 points. Right? Stop acting like you don't have CaitlinClark. I've never known a coach to act like they don't have CaitlinClark. You got CaitlinClark, Kelsey Mitchell. It's a pedal on the metal. Let's go. Every time. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, it frustrates me so much. So much it frustrates me. It's racist. You got CaitlinClark. And you gotta have pedal on the metal. And what it does is the Lynx is a tall team. They're very tall. They're a tall team. They have length, right? Nafisa, she's what, 6'5". You got Smith, she's tall. They have length, right? So where you beat length is with speed. You got to run them girls out the gym. By the fourth quarter, they should be out of breath. Go get it. Now, Atlanta, I kind of understand you playing a little bit more inside out. Well, not even that, because they got Tina Charles. Tina Charles is out there. Nas is out there. Shout out to Nas. But I kind of understand that a little bit. But you run them jokers out the there. Yeah, no, we don't have Kodos. I wish we did. Thank you, Kodos. We're going to get in there in a second. Listen, thank you guys so much for listening. We will be back. Listen, I need y'all to stay on me on X. If you're not on X, follow me on X. There's I am King Joe. At I am King Joe is on X. The link is under the description. Follow me on X. Follow me on Facebook. Don't follow me on Facebook. Don't follow me on Facebook. Don't follow me. Just follow me on X. Follow me. Do not follow. Whatever you do, don't follow me on Facebook. Don't follow me on Facebook. Follow me on X. Follow me on YouTube. Hit the like and subscribe here on YouTube. I am King Joe on X. Make sure you guys follow me over there. But listen, I would say this. At the end of the day, the Indiana, we hope they've learned. Hope they learn from their mistakes. I think they have. I think they'll come back strong tomorrow. We got a big victory tomorrow. We need to win the game. I don't know if I don't really care if we win and lose that game tomorrow. Because if we lose, that means that Chicago might not be the playoffs. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of torn. I want us to win. Yeah, we go ahead and win because I think Chicago and Atlanta play next week, if I'm not mistaken. I think they come together next week. That'll be a big game for the playoff contention to see who gets in. But this is something I hope that people, they paid attention to. It's something I hope they learn from. And they said, learning, dude, FIBA needs to play a 12 or 22. Listen, man, listen. NC Bread said, hey, NC Bread, listen. Hey, man, with Christy Size is liable to play Erica Willer, Christy Wallace, and Dantes at the same time. You know what I'm saying? That's and we get up by 20. Oh, she gonna put the bench in, and we gonna be like, oh, what is Christy Size doing? What is she doing? She's prone to make a mistake. We hope she learns. We hope the team learns. The team got to get off the refs, concentrate on game, get out there and ball, play defense. You're not gonna get the calls all the time, especially if you're playing a team, WNBA favorite. Which you about to play the next couple of games when you play the Aces. Don't expect to get no calls from the Aces. From the Aces game, y'all crazy. Asia Wilson gonna get all the calls in the Aces game. Y'all just got to beat them, blow them out the water. I'm really interested to see. That's who I think I really want them to play in the first round. I think I want the FIBA to play the Aces in the first round. But we put out the Aces in the first round, man. All that MVP talk, it's for the birds. If Caitlin did the best round, I wish they would have won last night. That's really why I wanted them to win, was because of the MVP cup. This really didn't help their seeding or anything like that. It didn't hurt or help their seedings. Well, they only a game above the Sun. But I really want Caitlin to win last night to beat the top team. Because then you got Aces twice Wednesday and then next week. So you got the Aces twice next week. And if we beat the Aces both times, that unanimous MVP that everybody keep trying to give, Asia Wilson, I think it should already be out the window. If he's a Collier, should actually have some MVP votes. That's crazy if she doesn't get any MVP votes. But when they play the Aces next week, I really want Indiana to come focused on that. I want them to hit them in the mouth. Blow them out. Listen, Indiana, you guys can blow out the Aces 2 times. You guys can blow out. They are not a good matchup for you. You match up very well against the Aces. The only way you lose that game is if bad coaching, if you guys aren't disciplined and you don't push it. If you push the pace, you guys should beat the Aces. You should beat the Aces. Especially if the Aces do what I think they're going to do, which is probably put Young on Caitlin. They put Young on Caitlin. You guys should beat the Aces. You should beat the Aces. So that means that Kelsey Mitchell has Kelsey Plum on her. And that got to be abuse. That got to be abuse to abusiveness. That's abuse. So you guys have a chance to beat the Aces. I believe they can beat the Aces. Because I think the Aces going to make the mistake of put Jackie Young on Caitlin. If they do that, that means that Kelsey Plum is on Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell, you got to eat that lunch. Kelsey, you need to go for about 30 or 40 in that game. On both games. Make them go and put Jackie Young on you. It's the only way you're gonna win. It's the only way. As I said, I didn't like the Lynx because the Lynx can actually. The Lynx did something crazy last night too. That was interesting. They put Nafisa Collier on Kelsey Mitchell, and then they kept the other tall young lady on Caitlin. That was an interesting strategy. I kind of like that. That's what I'm saying. Reeves be on some other. I don't like her, but she be effective. I don't like her at all. 0%. Coach Reeves for the Lynx, I just don't like. Like when you see it, you just go, but she wins. Guys, thank you guys so much for being a part. We'll see y'all a little bit later today. We're going to talk about the Angel Reese. Had a big night last night. Huge night last night. Why did that help Caitlin solidify her as the Rookie of the Year? We'll talk about it coming up. And then later tonight, Charlamagne the God has some interesting comments about Angel Reese and CaitlinClark. Is it true or is it false? That'll be later tonight. And then we'll also get into a little bit of college football review tonight. So you guys join me later tonight. Got two shows. What time is it? 3:15 Eastern time. I don't like giving y'all times because I'll be late. Why don't you like her? He said, King, why don't you like her? And she just had it's just that, she just seems like she might be. You know what I'm saying? Coach Reeves is like, she's like that person that's telling you what you need to hear but a breath stink. And you're fighting it, you're like, she's chastising them but a breath stink. She chastising you and it's for you good. You need to hear it but a breath stink. You're like, that's how Reeves is to me. I don't know. It's just a thing. That's just how she looks. Y'all be good. We'll holler at you guys later. Y'all be good. I'll holler at you soon. See you a little bit later today. It's your boy, King Joe. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe so you know when we come on live. You get notice anytime that it comes on. All right? Yeah, I definitely got to come in. I got to come on before 7 before the Tide play. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely going to do that. I know, right? Every time I say another 15 minutes. Y'all really loving it. Don't act like you don't love it. I'm going straight ball. I'm out. Babe.
Stars, we never feel so